In the sleepy but politically active town of Riverwood, the Community Development Office was the heart of all civic operations. It was there that Amara King, a brilliant and compassionate urban strategist, had worked tirelessly for 5 years to revitalize underserved neighborhoods. Amara was known for her deep empathy, her methodical planning, and her passion for helping those whose voices were often drowned out. Unfortunately, she worked under Director Nathan Calloway, a white man with a master's degree, a wealthy family background, and a smirk that never quite left his face. While Nathan held the title, it was Amara doing the heavy lifting, often without credit. Nathan took her reports, her neighborhood engagement plans, even her speeches, and passed them off as collaborative work. But Amara didn't care about glory. She cared about change. That all changed one crisp autumn afternoon at a public town forum. The mayor had organized the event to showcase a new initiative to build a community wellness center in the poorest part of town. Amara had spent months working on the proposal, handling the research, budgeting, and community outreach. She was finally getting recognition. She was scheduled to present. But when she stepped up to the podium, Nathan interrupted. With a smirk and a chuckle, he took the microphone from her hand and said, "Let's not bore the audience with details. Just know we've got some bright people, like Amara here, making coffee while the real decisions happen." The audience laughed awkwardly. Amara froze. Her heart thudded. Her hands trembled. A camera flash. A quiet gasp. She felt humiliated, stripped of her identity and voice, all in front of her city. Nathan kept speaking as if nothing had happened. Her name was now associated with the punchline of a joke. She left the hall in silence. That night, she sat in the office alone, staring at the community impact charts she had built from scratch. She thought of quitting. What was the point? The system was clearly built to keep women like her invisible. But something inside her snapped. A fire that had been dimmed suddenly roared back. She wasn't going to fade away. Not like this. Over the next few weeks, Amara launched a plan, not just to reclaim her credit, but to expose the pattern of erasure and humiliation that had been festering in the department for years. Quietly, methodically, she gathered documents, recorded meetings, saved emails. She spoke to past interns and junior staffers, several of whom had similar stories of being silenced or mocked by Nathan. She also reached out to the media. An investigative reporter from a regional news network agreed to meet her, off the record at first. Amara provided documents, data, and testimony. The reporter began digging. Meanwhile, Amara worked her regular job as if nothing had changed. She kept her head down but her eyes wide open. The first bombshell dropped in January. A leaked report surfaced showing Nathan had used city funds for personal travel disguised as community research trips. Amara's documentation had proven vital. The mayor's office launched an investigation. Then came the second blow, an article revealing that over a dozen staffers under Nathan had filed quiet HR complaints over the past 6 years. Most of them had either left or been demoted shortly after filing. All of them were women or people of color. Now, people started to talk, loudly. Nathan was placed on administrative leave. The mayor, sensing political fallout, scheduled a town fundraiser to rebuild trust, and this time, he asked Amara to speak. The room was packed. Amara walked onto the stage wearing a sleek navy dress and a quiet resolve. Nathan stood near the back, arms crossed. Amara looked out into the audience. She could feel the old fear creeping up again, but this time, it was met with something stronger, truth. She spoke not just about development plans, but about what it means to be erased in plain sight, about the countless ideas stolen, the jokes, the silence, and how easily a smile can cover condescension. She ended by thanking the communities who always saw her, even when others didn't. The room erupted in applause. Even the mayor stood. Nathan left the event before it ended. 2 weeks later, he resigned. Amara was offered his position. She declined. Instead, she launched her own nonprofit that focused on equitable development and civic education. She trained young people, especially women of color, to enter local government and take up space unapologetically. Years later, Riverwood would name a street after her, King Way. But Amara never stopped attending community meetings. She always sat in the back first, to remind herself where she came from, before taking the stage.